In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to replace brake pads for your rim brake road bike. Start by opening up the brake and removing the wheel. The brake pads are held in place by a small bolt, and typically this requires a 2mm hex key to remove. Loosen the bolt most of the way out, but don't fully remove it, since keeping it in place helps prevent it from getting lost. With the pads loose, now you can use your thumb or a small tool to push the brake pad out of the holder. In this case, the fork is preventing the pad from coming all the way out, so squeeze the brake a little and then finish pushing the pad all the way out. Do this for both pads and then move on to cleaning the brake and pad holders. Remove any dust or debris and use isopropyl alcohol to help clean any stubborn dirt. With the pads out, you can now see the difference between old and new pads. Old pads will be thinner and also have built up debris on the braking surface, so this bike was definitely in need of some new pads. The left pad goes on the left side of the bike, as if you were sitting on it. Ensure the forward arrow is at the leading edge of the pads as you press them into the holder, and that the notch in the pads is lined up to where the screw tightens. Make sure you're using the correct left and right pads for each side and that the forward arrow is pointing towards the front of the bike. With the pads in, the next step is to retighten the securing screws on the back side of the holder. These don't need to be tightened overly tight, so only use light pressure in securing them. For reference, I'm just using 2 fingers to gently make sure the screw is secure. The pads are now replaced, but the job isn't quite done yet. The new pads are thicker than the old ones, so the pads will also need to be spread wider to accommodate the wheel. You can see when I try and close the brake, the pads are already contacting the rim. To adjust this, fully loosen the cable securing bolt on the caliper. Then, manually operate the brake and hold it in a position that gives you a small gap on either side of the rim. Hold the brake in position as you retighten the cable and then pull the lever to check the tightness. You can make small adjustments using the barrel adjuster. Loosening it brings the pads closer to the rim and makes for tighter feeling brakes. Make small changes and adjust the lever feel for your preference. And while you're here, you can double check to make sure the brake mount bolt is tightened down as well. I like to squeeze the brake as I tighten this bolt to ensure the caliper stays centered with the rim. And that's it. Give your wheel a spin, test the brakes, and this job is done.